So again, we'll do this for the recording that will go off on our archive. Um, Welcome everybody. We're here, March for Planet. Myself, Daniel Helmer, uh, and from the United States, uh, global organizer with March for Planet, and Morris Mburu, global organizer from Kenya and Rwanda. We're celebrating World Environment Day today, and today is the we've had thousands and hundreds of people celebrate across the world action towards the environment. This year, the actual uh, um, the actual theme of the World Environment Day is beating plastic pollution. So there's a whole discussion there that is, and action has been taken across the world, including from March for the Planet as our movement. And just to note, today is the first day of the official opening of the movement for March for the Planet. That now we invite you to join us and to be part of this movement and create the world that we know that this moment needs. Um, we are excited because we've been working on this movement for several years now. And so this day is really important on many different reasons. Um, uh, because our movement is working at every level and every different community. So if you're listening to this, you are part of this movement, and we're ready to build um, everything. And so little by little, we'll talk more. But this is now officially the call out to you to join. And it is your movement, and it is your moment, and it is the moment you need critically to make change. And so March for the Planet has a history. Um, Morris and myself have been working around. Uh, Currently, I'll say again, behind me, outside is the UN headquarters um, in New York, New York, and currently that's where this communication is coming from. And Morris, um, uh, a few years ago, being from Kenya, we were also working on the history from March for Planet uh, around environment, and that's why also the World Environmental Day today is really important because the founding of and more connects into the environment. So Morris being in Rwanda as a global organizer, which if you're Rwanda, uh, seek Morris out and learn more. Um, but today marks World Environment Day, and and this also is an important point, recognizing that our biodiversity is in trouble, our climate is in trouble, our food sovereignty is in trouble, and and our triple crises and more are impacting communities. Um, the movement of March for Planet started not just in 2022. It's connected to a much longer theme of things, um, and it connects to every part of the world. It connects to peace. It connects to building resilient communities. Um, and so over the time, we'll introduce more. Right now, we're having a chat about the opening of the movement officially, and also and there will be more uh, uh, directions and more discussions to go deeper into it. You're watching either hopefully from Facebook Live, our Instagram, or through any of our social media chats. Um, there's so much going on right now. We're right now in June. It's the middle of the year. And there's so much that we've done over the past years and then this past the year. And this is the critical point that then we're going to be calling for action in every country and at every place that you are um, to be part of the public facing campaign. Um, and so we'll share about that. Um, and so we're gonna go through a little bit of the history. Morris, you're an artist, I believe. And so if you're an artist, this movement is for you too. Uh, Morris could share a little bit about, things like in Africa, where we're working in the Africa Climate Awards, but also where part of the movement started in 2022, um, connecting to the UN Environmental Program and the UN Environmental Assembly that happened. And so Morris, if also being a performer, um, we've we created different songs through this. And so one initial founding of the caravan and the movement was around a song called Fresh and Clean. So with the African Climate Awards, this one aspect, if you're an artist that Morris is leading and others are leading, and we invite you to lead. And so this is where we want to put a little bit of our history, a little bit of the history before, and but first, Morris, do you want to share about the African Climate Awards that is being worked on in Africa, but also if you're an artist in Asia, if you're an artist in the Southwest Asia, North Africa region, as well as Europe, uh, Latin America, Caribbean, anywhere that you are, Asia Pacific, we need you, we need your voice, and we need to build influence to really change the world as we see we should have it. So Morris, do you want to share about the African Climate Awards?
Yeah, we started Africa Climate Awards last year, and last year we had 13 winners from 7 countries. This year we are targeting the whole continent, and we are also seeking partners. If you feel like have something as an art to share as an artist, like maybe an experience, maybe a song, maybe whatever you feel like you have around the world, you can reach out to us and you can be able to share with your fellow creatives. The dream is to make sure that art or social change, make sure that the influence around art, like not only, but whatever art, even contemporary art, you don't have to always conform what the world what says is. You can be able to create something that can outlive you by having a voice that will forever heard, especially on certain issues like climate change, human rights, gender, whatever issue that you feel like. So this year we're working on it, and we are going to roll out plans as we and it's gonna be amazing. And for all the activists who are, as a member of March for Planet, who has for the last 3 4 years, we have been building this, and it's time for you to come join us. Come, we will play an advisory role. We will play a role that will be able to make sure the movement grows, and any talent that any person has also can be able to explore. Um, yeah, so we are just happy that today is ground zero for March for Plan, and we hope that next year we're going to having you, yes, you who is listening to this call, having you another call celebrating an anniversary, and it will be amazing.
And Morris, would you like to share um, also how you got involved in March for Planet?
I think, yes, I was volunteering for Catholic Youth Network Environmental Sustainability Africa. I was volunteering and I joined you there. That I met you or Daniel Helmer, and I met Ratna, an amazing people. And we had an interaction. Then we developed a song, Fresh and Clean, which I was able to do much for Planet and partners like 2023 Initiative. I was able to perform it in Sweden, Stockholm. So I think that's the brief. That's the brief part of it. Or you wanted more details?
We can we can we can go a little bit between to kind of share the history that has been. So, you know, in 2022, the UN Environmental Assembly happened, including the Youth Environmental Assembly that happened, and so this is part of a longer discussion that goes through histories from the founding of the um, current nation of India to also long roads down. And so to really kind of understand where it all is coming from, it's important because telling a story, telling your story is important. Telling who's watching, telling your story. This is what it's about. And even one of the things is building the knowledge of what is happening anywhere in the world, so things can come together. And so there's many parts of the story from 2022 and before to now. And there's much more to go there. And even what's happening right now across from June 5th, from June 8th to the end of July and more. So there's also current things that are happening right now, from the economic justice campaign happening across the world, and with the World Social Summit in Qatar, the G20 in South Africa, the financing for development that's coming up in just a few weeks, that we ask you to join in a day of action, in a week of action. We need to raise our voices. We need to build a financial system that is for all, that is not some, but eradication of injustice and inequality. And so we need your voice, whether you're in Kibera or you're in Sierra Leone, or if you're on the island of Kiribati. We need you. And so there's so much, and we're so excited to see you, and we'll be growing slowly by slowly, because it's important to grow this movement in a way that we're making sure that everyone is known and heard and able to then truly build power and truly build change and truly keep the heart of what everything is. So we're looking forward, and it's going to be great. But so in 2022, there was several things that were happening across. We had things like Stockholm Plus 50, that was the 50th anniversary of Stockholm convention that happened in Stockholm around building the UN environmental program, as well as many things that were happening around the UN General Assembly, which is created things like the plastic treaty that's happening right now. In August, we have actually one of the final negotiations for the international negotiating convention for the plastic pollution treaty. That right now, today on World Environment Day, as we're closing this out, this has been one of the key discussions. Beat plastic pollution. We have people who are working, and we know that you who hopefully are watching right now. If you're working on plastic pollution, we're ready to build a different world. One of the things that Morris, also, you were a part of in 2022 was the nonviolent economy tour in India, which if you're in India, we're looking forward to being with you. If you're in Bangladesh, um, if you're in Iran, if you're in um, Thailand or Indonesia, we need to build strongly. And so, Morris, you participated to really see some things that we call the nonviolent economy. March for Our Planet has what we call three pillars, but of course, there's more, including peace. But we see that climate justice, social justice, and nonviolent economy are a quick way to communicate some of an umbrella. But there's more, and we'll discuss more as we go. But Morrissey, what we were one of the frameworks that was being discussed, which then goes to beating plastic pollution. One of the things that you could say in terms of there's concepts like circular economy, but reduction, or sustainable consumption and production. Um, but the nonviolent economy is a broad umbrella. And Morris, you were in 2022 sent with some other Africans and also other people across the world to look
Hey guys.
in India about the nonviolent economy.
Yeah.
Do you want to share about this, Morris?
Yeah, 2022 we went across South India for 18 days straight on the road, meeting initiatives, meeting people and meeting communities and meeting groups that have aligned their way of livelihood, economy, what people now calling the economy, other names that, economy of sustainability is being called. So we're able to see and we were able to understand that it is possible to make bold decisions to have a paradigm shift when it comes to how you choose to survive, especially financially and agriculturally, and how that impacts your nutrition, your mental health, and even your financial muscles. And it was an amazing journey, and it made me go back to my hometown, and we tried to do some lip balm and oil, all involving the community and stuff. So it was an amazing experience, I'd say that. And we were able to meet Jill, we were able to meet the Parshad, which is basically a movement that was born out of farmers and stuff. And so it was amazing. Thank you.
So we have like,
And
we can have page, right?
and Morris,
And
so
each- I-
this is the beginning of something that we were working on from UNEA, from the UN Environmental Assembly, of a caravan, what was connected to promoting what we call sustainability, but a non-violent economy. And so to share about what that is, but before that, we'll say that this then was in preparation, that in the UN Environmental Assembly, we began an initiative to build a caravan and foot march from Nairobi, Kenya,
So that,
to
I want the report to.
Egypt.
Like less than 15.
And Egypt was happening,
Right? And if it's
the
possible.
UNFCCC, the UN Forum on Climate Change,
Because I don't want.
conference of parties of the 27th meeting, which was happening in Sharm el Sheikh. And so we saw that along with different things that then were connected even to
Right.
movements before, which included Ekta Barashad in a long march in 2019 with ectoparachute from India to Europe
That first gate has all the.
over a year.
Both work on this. And, you know.
There was a decision that we
Yeah,
would
just get that ready and
take
I can remove the.
this caravan
Okay.
across to Lake Victoria, up the Nile, and then arrive to Egypt. And so Morris with others
You know.
were able to then work on this throughout 2022, which included working around Stockholm Plus 50 and more. And so that's part of the history of 2022, the building. But now officially today is the opening of March for Planet, so we invite you to join. And so,
It's a good example. Also like.
Morris, by the way, is everything audible still?
And I want this.
Yeah,
done
you're
by the
audible,
weekend because
but I can hear you grunt now on the background.
Okay.
There's a whole thing.
So, uh, this is where 2022 launched many things, and then and more, but we'll go back to what we call Jai Jagat, which is a international movement around justice and peace. And this is also something that later on we'll share more. But the march in 2019 was decided to in 2014 by movements that worked around land and water and rights. And so in 2014 they decided that connecting with the legacy of Mahatma Gandhi, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, MK Gandhi, that there would be on 2019, which was the 150th anniversary of MK Gandhi's birth, a yatra, which is a march, Padayatra, which means a foot march, from New Delhi, India, also where MK Gandhi was assassinated, to Geneva, Switzerland. And Geneva, Switzerland, for many that do not are not aware, is where one of 4 headquarters across the planet are located, of the United Nations. One other is here in New York City, directly behind us. Another is in Kenya, where March for a Planet was founded, and the other one is in Geneva, which holds things like the Human Rights Council and more. And so there was a long 1-year march happening from 2019 of October 2nd, which is just MK Gandhi's date of birth, day of birth, and also the International Day of Nonviolence. And so we're a movement of nonviolence. We build nonviolence, we work in nonviolence, and through that, through mechanisms, we're able to build peace, and we're able to build a planet that is sustainable. You cannot have a planet without nonviolence. And so Jai Jagat became a Padayatra, going through places like India, Nepal, Armenia, Iran, and also in Spain and in Geneva itself. Of course, we know that historically, the year of 2020 was a year of global health crisis. And so this is also where part of the history and how part of the history is that these past years have been a recovery in health. And also this year, really very importantly, behind us in July will happen the high-level political forum for 2025. This will be in July, and some of the things we've done this year have been taking awareness into the Sustainable Development Goals, into things that are happening around communities, and building advocacy into processes. And so this year, the third Sustainable Development Goal, which is health and well-being, which are some of our people at the Wellbeing Economy Alliance are also pushing. This year will be globally talked and discussed in just over a month, just behind us at the United Nations headquarters here in New York, but also things will be happening in places like Nairobi, which will be the UN Environmental Assembly happening in December. So we're calling out to participate, and this is where then Jai Jagat launched from India in the spirit of MK Gandhi, of Bhimrao Ambedkar, of Martin Luther King Jr., of Nelson Mandela, of many more, to build a global movement for justice and peace that is truly building voices. And so that's where then more can be shared. Look up judgeagatinternational.org/vision for more information. But that's part of a story. And so Morris, we're looking forward to more. And so whether you're an artist, whether you're a farmer, whether you're a baker, or whether you're an environmental enthusiast, this movement is for you. And so today, being World Environment Day, which we will celebrate with a global mobilization in 2026 on June 5th next year. We invite you in to get ready in your town and your city, and also to sign up on the movement form. This is just one conversation of many, but please come join. Today we had actions across the world. It's late in many parts of the world, especially in Sierra Leone. So we had an action and a physical global launch in Sierra Leone with our partners and chapters there in Kenema, Sierra Leone, where we had tree plantings, and we also discussed about beating plastic pollution and the way forward. And so our organizer Moses worked there. We will right now. This is the closing of the day and also the official announcement of the launching of the movement. And so we'll have actually webinars and online conference to discuss some more. So keep your eye out for that. Right now we're just giving this announcement and sharing more of what's been going on and what's ahead. So officially the movement is open. And today also we also held a cleanup in the informal settlement in Nairobi, as well as actions and discussions here in New York, as well as different things such as things in Peru and Latin America, and more. And so we'll update more as we go ahead. But we wanted to reach out to you, whoever you are watching online, whether it's through YouTube, whether it's in Instagram Live or Twitter or more. Some of the things we've done this year have been working on the Commission for Women, Status of Women, which happened to be something called the Beijing Plus 30 negotiations, which put around gender. And so there were things that were going around on International Women's Day. We just finished an action around the ECOSOC Youth Forum, as well as things that are preparing up for this June towards financial architecture. So there's so much down the pipeline, and we're excited to share with you. In a few days, on June 8th, will be World Oceans Day, so keep your eye out for that. And so we just wanted to reach out to you, and we look forward, whether you're wherever you are, whether you're in Germany or in Denmark or in Sweden or in Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Armenia, Azerbaijan, as well as Turkey and more. We want you in this movement, and we invite you to build a chapter in your country and in your local locale. And look and sign up for the international conference that will be coming quickly. So one of the things we say here at March for Planet, March for a Planet, March for a Future. So Morris, do you have any final words that you want to share? Anything that you're thinking about?
I'd just love to congratulate people who have been through the people who have been with us through the journey. Thank you very much. And the people who are going to join us, thank you very much. And for all the creatives, let us come together, let us use our art for social good. That's all I can say. Happy birthday, March for a Planet. Bye-bye.
So happy birthday, March for a Planet. Morris, it's been a long time coming. A lot of struggles, a lot of work. So we're looking forward to bringing everyone to join and truly build this momentum. There's so much to do, and now we need to build so much. So Morris, if they'd like to, if they're an artist and they'd like to reach out, we'll have a form ready to welcome artists, culture makers, musicians, and more. Culture is a very important part of our movement as well. Diversity and understanding and the intricacies of this beautiful world is critical to our work. And one of the things of the slogans for March for Planet is one planet, one platform, a beautiful voice. So if you're an organization or an individual, we have things like coalitions. We have and because the stronger that we are together, the more that can be happening. And so whether you're an organization or an individual, March for Planet is a platform, and it's a beautiful voice. If we put together the diversity of every single human being, every single species, and to truly create harmony and have a great dance. This is where art and people and all the beautiful talents and voices that each and every one of this movement has is critical and amazing. And so we're looking and excited to see who next builds the beautiful things that will come to really make the change in the time that we've needed to happen. So, Mortis, do you want to later we'll also be looking for people to do performances poetry to their own rap songs to reggaeton, Afro beats, more. And also we need people who can build communications in every single language, from local to um regional, from Asia to Latin America to indigenous communities and more. So please, there's room to really truly build. Um, and so we'll close World Environment Day and the first anniversary, the first day of the official opening of March, the March for Our Planet, the movement, uh, by saying you are needed and you are able to make the change in so many ways. The first thing of the move of this is recognizing your power and how really change can be made just by the individual. So we are ready and excited to help you with that. But you've already got it. And so uh, we are looking forward to the next 100 years where change will be made. Um, and so join us. And so, Morris, do you want to um, do a song like
Mhm.
fresh? I know, fresh and clean right now. And we also had there's so many, but maybe should we keep that for our our conference, or how would you
Yeah,
like to do anything?
we should keep that for our conference, also considering the time here.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, we should keep it for the conference.
right.
There's so many songs I can get on stage for
Yep,
45 minutes.
yep.
Yeah.
And this is where we're looking forward to knowing your songs and your creative activities, and so that we can showcase across, as well, and get to hear through many different languages. So um, thank you for watching. Happy birthday to March for Our Planet. Um, and please, the next thing will be happening is the economic justice campaign that is spread across through different organizations across the world, and we invite your organization to mobilize for um, this this campaign. Right now, we have the Financial Development Conference happening in Sevilla, Spain, which then is looking at the financial architecture of the world, across governments to fund development and sustainable development. And so we will be participating in and in actions around the world and outside of Sevilla, as well as different things. And so we need you. We need more. If you're going to send in a video or more, we're going to be mobilizing across the world. We need to really show voices. And so this will be happening end of June, from the 30th of June to 3rd of July. But we have so much more, including caravans. And so we need your participation. So join the Economic Justice Campaign. Reach out to us at info@marchforourplanet.org. And we'll be sending around and building different things. But everywhere you are, anywhere you are, this movement is yours. And so let's work on building an economy for all and economic justice for all. And this is where we're ready to really, really make a change right now. And this year is critical. This time is critical. Let's build this. So to participate in the economic justice campaign, let us know, and we're ready to build this. So let's go and march for a planet and march for a future. And we'll see you all soon. Congratulations, everyone, for starting this extremely critical movement, and we need you, and we're celebrating and ready to see and do more. If you're in New York, if you're in Milan, if you're in Jamaica, or if you're in Uzbekistan, we need to build this planet. So you're the change, be the change, and let's make the world that we know we want to see. Thank you.
Yeah.
So ready? Morris, can you put on your screen for a second? So we're gonna do the March for a Planet to close it out. We're gonna do the March for a Planet, March for Future, like Lawrence, Mr. Larry Dwayne, Lawrence Dwayne likes to do it. March for a Planet, March for a Future.
Much
Yeah.
much for
So you ready?
yeah.
So ready? This is a global movement. This is a movement that is ready to build change, and it needs you. So check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, more. We're here, we're ready, and we're ready to make this happen. So so let's do this. So you wanna do it? March for Planet,
Much for planet, much for
March for our
future.
future. Peace out,
Yeah.
y'all. Let's make change. All right. Happy
Bye-bye.
birthday. All right. Bye.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.